your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists. In minutes, the story begins with Miss Mai and her students. Mai fled her village because the corrupt emperor's soldiers attacked it. Eventually, she arrived at a small restaurant in the middle of the forest, where she ordered food for herself and her students. Suddenly, a thug attacked the restaurant owner and caused chaos. The thug noticed a young man sleeping, who refused to engage with him. When the young man finally woke up, he told the criminals to leave him alone because he was tired. Then, he fought the thug and defeated him easily because he was skilled in kung fu and knew a secret fighting style called the sleeping man style. This young man, named Tai Bang, easily won the fight. Miss Mai and the students admired his bravery. Bang took his horse, blindfolded himself, and fell asleep on his journey. The events then shift to the city of Bushang, a place filled with simple folk. The police chief there, named Shiro, was a strong fighter loved by everyone for his fairness and respect. One day, a farmer asked Shiro to come to the town square urgently. It turned out that many people had fled their homes because the corrupt emperor's soldiers had destroyed them, and they sought refuge in the city. Shiro welcomed them and asked his friends to prepare food and shelter for them. While Shiro was speaking, a gang of criminals appeared. The gang leader, a thug named Yang, demanded a large sum of money from Shiro to leave the city in peace. Shiro refused and prepared to fight him. From the start, Shiro dominated the fight due to his exceptional martial arts skills. In the middle of the battle, the mayor intervened and told Shiro to pay Yang whatever money he wanted because the gang was strong and could harm them. At that moment, Tai Bang appeared on his horse, surprising everyone. However, it was clear that he was asleep and unaware of his surroundings. In the end, Shiro followed the mayor's advice and handed over the money to Yang. But Shiro was surprised by Bang because the students admired him and he didn't know where Bang had come from. Later, Bang went to a barber to shave his beard, but fell asleep. When he woke up, he was surprised to find Shiro shaving him. Shiro took the opportunity to ask Bang what he was doing in the city to determine if he was good or evil. Bang replied that he wandered from city to city, defending the weak and innocent. Once Shiro finished shaving, Bang was surprised by how well-groomed his beard looked. That night, as Bang was sleeping, Miss Mai woke him up. Mai thanked Bang for saving her and her students, and asked him to protect her because soldiers loyal to the emperor were still pursuing her. Bang told her he wasn't a hero, and that when he fought the criminals in the restaurant, he was only defending himself. Mai felt sad because Bang didn't seem as noble as she had hoped, and it became clear that he wanted money to protect her. The next morning, a mysterious man arrived in the city. One of the kind townsfolk welcomed him and invited him to stay in his home. The man accepted the invitation, but when Miss Mai saw him, she was terrified. He was one of the officers who had attacked her village. This officer, named Lao, said he had come to finish his mission and kill her because she had escaped him before. Mai begged him to leave her alone, but he refused. Lao then killed the kind man who had hosted him and coldly murdered Mai. The townspeople heard the gunshots and gathered within seconds. Officer Lao froze in place, unsure of what to do. Shiro apprehended him to punish him for his actions. Meanwhile, Bang was shocked to see everyone running and noticed the students crying. He felt deep sadness when he learned that Mai had died. Shiro brought Lao before the townspeople and asked him why he had killed Mai. Lao tried to lie, claiming that she had attacked him first, but Shiro didn't believe him and sentenced him to execution. At that moment, a mysterious figure made his way into the square. When the young men tried to stop him, he overpowered them with ease. This man was Colonel Zhang, who had worked under Officer Lao. Zhang stormed the square with an entire army of soldiers to rescue Lao without punishment. But Shiro stood firm, saying that if anyone came near, he would kill Lao within seconds. Zhang gave Shiro an ultimatum. He had one day to hand Lao over to the police, or Zhang would destroy the entire village. Shiro was torn. If he let Lao live, it would deny Mai justice, but if he killed him, the entire village would be destroyed. Meanwhile, Bang observed everything, growing increasingly furious. After that, Colonel Zhang left the city and Shiro ordered Officer Lao to be imprisoned to think about what he would do in the end. Shiro decided to execute Lao for his actions. The cowardly mayor fled because he was afraid of the soldiers, and Shiro ordered the youth to prepare for war. At that time, Zhang told his followers to wait until night falls and try to rescue Lao at any cost before he was executed. As for Bing, he saved himself and wanted to get out of the city, but he was surprised by Shiro's wife, who handed him a letter. Mei wrote this letter before she died and asked Bing in it he was going to take the students to the capital so they could complete their education. Bing read the letter and thought for long hours whether he would help the students or continue his journey alone. After Bing read the letter, Shiro saw him from afar and asked to eat with him. Why did Pingsal Shiro decide to execute Lao? Because he put his wife and daughter's lives in danger. Of course, Shiro told him that justice must be served and that he could not leave Lao Yang unpunished. Bing was convinced by his words and told Shiro and his wife that he would not leave the city and would fight with them. At night, one of the young men will deliver the food. Here we know that soldiers infiltrated the city and they were armed with sharp swords. They surprised the young men guarding Lao and attacked them fiercely. Despite this, the young men fought bravely until their last breath. Shiro and his strong wife arrived, using their exceptional kung fu skills to repel Zhang's soldiers. In the end, Zhang's soldiers fled like cowards. However, Shiro was saddened because one of the young men had died in the battle, leaving the townspeople terrified. Lao tried to take his own life to prevent the soldiers from destroying the village, but someone saved him at the last moment. Later, Zhang was surprised by a visitor. It was Bang. It was revealed that Bang and Zhang had been friends in the past, working as bodyguards for wealthy people. One day, they had to take a man and his wife hostage. When the man tried to save his wife, the wealthy employer who had hired Bang and Zhang killed both of them. Bang was furious and decided to kill the wealthy man, but Zhang argued that they were being paid and should follow orders. From that day, Bang left his job as a bodyguard and began wandering to defend the weak, while Zhang rose through the ranks and became an officer in the army. Zhang ordered Bang to leave the city because he planned to attack it soon, but Bang refused, saying he would fight alongside the weak and innocent until his last breath. That night, Bang snuck into Lao's cell, pretending to be a spy sent to free him. He asked Lao what he would do if he were released. Lao replied that he would bring the army and destroy the city completely. Here we understand that this was a plan by Shiro to find out if Lao would leave them alone or not. But in the end, it turned out he was despicable and would eliminate everyone as soon as he got the chance. Shiro went to the forest in the middle of the night to meet his assistant Bong. Bong and Shiro were old friends and grew up together. Bong begged him to release Lao and save the city from the wrath of the soldiers, but Shiro refused and managed to convince Bong to fight alongside him. Here we learn that this was a trap by Yang and his gang to get rid of Shiro. Even Bong collaborated with them, but later changed his mind and fought alongside his friend. Indeed, the fight between Shiro and Bong against Yang and his gang was fierce. The place was surrounded by thorns and deadly traps. Here, Shiro's legendary combat skills were revealed, as he used his whip to defeat the criminals one by one. But Yang moved at lightning speed and tried to ambush him. Then he attacked, and Bong assisted him by delivering a powerful blow that finished him off. Of course, Shiro was enraged because his dear friend died in front of him. So he grabbed Yang, destroyed him in seconds, and was deeply saddened by Bong's death, taking him to the village for burial. Meanwhile, Bing arrived late after the fight was over. Unfortunately, the villagers were terrified when they learned of Bong's death. They asked Shiro to hand over Officer Lao to the soldiers to be left in peace. At first, Shiro refused because Lao had to be punished for his actions. But he eventually agreed after everyone in the village begged him, even the young men who fought alongside him. They too surrendered and asked him to release Lao. He said he would release him from prison as soon as possible. When Bing heard this, he was shocked again. The next day, the mayor and the rest of the villagers went to release Lao from prison. Meanwhile, Shiro bid farewell to his wife and daughter asking them to flee because trouble was coming soon. The young men who worked with him also bid him farewell in sadness, promising to protect his wife and daughter no matter the cost. After everyone left, Bing asked Shiro why he stayed in the village. Shiro said he had to stay to defend the weak. He also asked Bing to escort the students to the capital to fulfill Professor May's will. Colonel Zhang arrived with hundreds of soldiers. As soon as he reached Lao, suddenly Shiro appeared with the key. Indeed, Shiro unlocked the doors for Lao and freed him from his chains. But Lao, the traitor, turned against him and ordered Zhang and the rest of the soldiers to torture Shiro day and night. He also gathered all the gold in the city and eliminated the mayor and his assistants. Even the rest of the villagers were humiliated, and all their money and wealth were stolen by the corrupt soldiers. During this time, Bing escorted the students to the capital to continue their education. He decided to return again to help Shiro. Bing met Shiro's wife and the rest of the young men. He told them that Lao had taken control of the city and they must reclaim it at any cost. So they devised a clever plan and prepared for the attack. Meanwhile, Lao continued to torture Shiro without stopping. Here, Bing arrived at the gates, and when the guards stopped him, he said he had a gift for Officer Lao. They allowed him to enter, but kept an eye on him the whole time. Meanwhile, the young men sneaked into the weapons storage, and with the help of one of the servants, they managed to poison the water the soldiers drank, forcing them to rush to the bathrooms. During this time, Bing finally met Lao. He also spotted his old friend Zhang, but as soon as he approached Lao, he tried to ambush him and skillfully freed Shiro from captivity. Lao retaliated fiercely, destroying everything in his path without hesitation. He also told Bing that if he caught him, he wouldn't spare him. The soldiers attacked Bing ferociously, but he miraculously held them off. Zhang was forced to fight him face to face, and the two engaged in a fierce battle. Zhang and Bing had trained together for many years, and their strength was equal. But in the midst of their battle, the young men managed to blow up the weapons depots, and all the city residents united and attacked the soldiers. They also revived Shiro from the coma he was in. As soon as Shiro woke up, he spotted the traitor Lao and began fighting him. Meanwhile, Bing and Zhang displayed their legendary combat skills and weapon mastery. They fought intensely for a long time, until they reached a large mountain of clay jars. They began attacking each other at an incredible speed, unaware that the jars were breaking. In the end, the mountain of clay jars completely collapsed. Unfortunately, Bing's leg got stuck, and he was about to die. But Zhang sacrificed his life to save him because they had been friends for a long time and grew up together. Meanwhile, Shiro continued to fight Lao relentlessly. But Lao, being cunning, managed to injure Shiro's wife and assistant with his gun. Shiro confronted him face to face and managed to deflect the gunshots with his sword. Lao was hit in the head, and Shiro knocked him off the building. Here, the poor villagers gathered around the traitor Lao and took their revenge on him. In the end, the villagers won and triumphed over the corrupt soldiers. Bing bid farewell to Shiro and his wife in sadness and left, riding his horse on the road. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.